Hello everybody, this is the Sunchoke, otherwise known as the Jerusalem Artichoke. We actually have two varieties of Sunchoke. Here's a white variety and here is a red variety. These were sent to me by Matt and Megan over at wanderlustnursery.com. I'll put a link to them in the description below if you're interested in growing this. I've seen this before at like high-end markets, like Italy, which in New York City, which is a high-end like grocery store, will sell this. So I've seen it before. I've never picked it up. It is something that has been like in and out of vogue throughout history. It's been like very popular, and then nobody wants it, and popular again, and no one wants it again. So I'm very curious about this one to see if there's a reason why this becomes trendy sometimes. This has the name Jerusalem Artichoke because it is in the artichoke family. However, it is not from Jerusalem. It is from North America. These are very high in inulin. It's basically like a type of carbohydrate that you can't really digest it in your stomach, so it gets digested in your large intestine. And if you paid attention in biology class, you may understand why this has the nickname Fartichoke. It's supposed to taste very similar to potatoes. However, unlike potatoes, you can eat these raw. So I'm going to first try these raw and then cook them somehow. So I'm going to peel off the skin on these. I think you can eat the skin, but I think it's just going to be a little fibrous and weird to eat that raw. So got a nice little chunk of one right here. Oh, it's got like a nice crispiness to it. Unlike a potato, it's got it must have like a little bit more water content than a potato. The flavor on it is a little bit like raw sweet potato, but less starchy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make French fries out of these. And what I've discovered with this is that, one, they're difficult to peel. This one's not too bad, but some of them it's like really hard to get into the little nooks and crannies of it. Also, it's a bit difficult to clean for the same reason. And since I'm going to be frying them, they're so irregular in shape. There's going to be some pieces that are very big and some are going to be very small. It's not going to be an easy one to make like a French fry out of. It's going to be more of like irregular little bits of fried root. So not quite as convenient as a potato in that way. So I cooked these on a low heat until they started to get soft. Then I kicked the heat up to medium. That way I can get them a little bit crispy. And I'm frying these things up, and I can't remember for the life of me if I actually compared the white one and the red one raw. I don't think I did. So let's do that now. White one. Like I said, crispy, refreshing, potatoey. Red one. They're slightly different, but not in like any quantifiable way. They have the exact same flavor profile, just tweaked slightly. They're both good, slightly different. Can't really describe how. They have exactly the same sort of flavor, just very, very subtly different. Both equally good. I'd say pick up either of them if you're thinking of growing this or buying these at a store. Well, yeah. So I burned them. Let me explain. I put them in on low heat, and they just weren't getting crispy. They were just like super soft, and that wasn't doing it. So I turned up the heat to medium, let them cook a little longer, still soft. So then I turned it on high, thinking that might crisp out the outside of these things. And I look away for a second, I look back, they're all black. They're not all completely terrible, so I'm going to try a couple like this, but don't worry, I'm also making some more. For the next batch, I slice them very, very thin, and I'm going to fry them up more like chips, and I'm going to keep an eye on it so I don't burn them. My theory is that there's a lot more moisture in these, so it's not really going to crisp up the same way that a potato will. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm going to try this one, because it's not too terribly burned. The flavor of it is a little like seedy. It's got like a seed kind of kind of flavor, like a sunflower seed, which maybe is for a reason, because these are actually part of the sunflower family. So maybe that's why. But, not great. There's a little touch of bitterness to it, which might be because I burned them. So let's try the chips. My Sunchoke chips fared a lot better than my Sunchoke fries. These ones actually do look crispy too, so yeah, it worked, which is great. They're not burned, which is also very good. So I'm curious what this is going to taste like. I'm going to get nice. Let's try one of the red ones. Crunchy. They don't really taste like potatoes. A little bit, but yeah, maybe like a little bit like sweet potato. But even then, like that potatoey flavor is dialed down. I'm getting more of like more the direction of a plantain chip. It feels a little bit like I'm eating a slice of like freeze-dried fruit, like a banana chip or like a jackfruit chip or something. They're like a little bit fruity tasting, but not that much, just like a little bit. But good, very good. This is not a total substitute for potatoes, but it can be used in a similar application. Because I'm not really getting a whole lot of potato flavor when I eat them like this. Similar, but it's its own thing. This is one that you're unlikely to find at a supermarket, but you may be able to find it at a farmer's market or at like a high-end grocery store. Maybe like Whole Foods would have it. Or try growing it. If you're interested in growing it, go to wanderlustnursery.com. I'll put a link in the description below. So check that out, and thanks again to them for sending this to me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. I want to give a special shout out to AltPod and Smarter Every Day. They are mega patrons over on patreon.com. Patreon is how this channel happens. It's how I can afford to do all the things that I do. So if you want to help me out by supporting the channel and getting some bonuses along the way, check out the description. I also have these shirts for sale. Those are in the description as well. See you next time. Bye.